First up, the 1940 for Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, specifically in extremely fine condition. If you've been into coin collecting for a while, you already know that Lincoln wheat pennies are a favorite among collectors, classic, historical, and often surprisingly valuable. But what makes the 1940 for wheat penny without a mint mark stand out, and just how much is it worth today? Especially in extremely fine condition, the 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny was minted right in the middle of World War II, a time when the United States was deeply involved in the war effort. Most pennies from this year were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which, as usual, did not place a mint mark on its coins. The absence of a mint mark tells us it came from Philadelphia composition of the penny returned to its traditional copper makeup after the wartime steel pennies of 1943, making 1940 for pennies highly collectible in their own right. In 1944, pennies were produced in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia pennies don't have a mint mark, no D for Denver, no S for San Francisco. So when we say without mint mark, we're talking about those Philadelphia coins. While Philadelphia coins are generally more common, certain factors can boost their value significantly, especially their condition. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is king. The extremely fine grade means the coin shows only light wear on the highest points of its design. You'll still see sharp details in Lincoln's hair, the wheat stalks on the reverse, and only minor surface marks. Extremely fine coins are rare. Fines because pennies were everyday coins, often heavily circulated and worn down. Finding a 1940 for without mint mark in this condition is truly special. So, how much is a 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark worth in extremely fine condition as of 2025? In the extremely fine EF40 to EF-45 grade range, these pennies typically sell for around $100 now. This might seem modest compared to some ultra-rare coins, but remember, Lincoln wheat pennies are affordable entry points for new collectors. Plus, finding one in better than average condition always adds to its appeal and value. If you're looking to add a 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark in extremely fine condition to your collection, check out reputable coin dealers, online, marketplaces like eBay, or local coin shows. To sum it up, the 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark is a classic piece of American history, accessible yet valuable, especially in extremely fine condition. Whether you're just starting out or expanding your collection, this coin is a must-have. 1953 Lincoln wheat penny with the Denver mint mark, or as collectors call it, the 1953D wheat penny. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about coin values, stick around as we explore its history, rarity, condition grading, and what it's worth in today's market. The Lincoln wheat penny, first minted in 1909, is iconic in the world of U.S. coins. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first penny to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln, on its obverse, or front side. The reverse side showcases two stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity and growth, hence the name wheat penny. Specifically, the 1953 wheat penny was minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver D mint mark, and San Francisco S mint mark. Today, we're focusing on the Denver minted version, the 1953D. In 1953, over 450 million Lincoln cents were produced in Denver alone, making the 1953D wheat penny relatively common compared to other rare pennies. However, despite its high mintage, collectors prize these coins when they are in exceptional condition due to the sheer volume of circulated pennies from that era. Philadelphia no mint mark, approximately 682 million. Denver D mint mark, approximately 451 million. San Francisco S mint mark, approximately 254 million. Because of these numbers, the 1953D penny is generally easy to find in average circulated condition, but becomes more valuable as the coin's grade improves. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from port to mint state MS, which is essentially uncirculated. Today, we're focusing on coins in fine condition, which means the coin shows moderate wear, but the major details like Lincoln's profile and the wheat stalks are still clearly visible in fine condition. You'll see that Lincoln's hairlines and beard are somewhat worn, but the shape of his face and the wheat ears on the back remain intact. The letters and date should be readable without too much difficulty now. Let's talk about value. As of 2025, the 195 3D wheat penny in fine condition typically ranges in value from about $200 in the marketplace. Why such a broad range? Several factors affect the price: the exact condition within the fine grade, the demand at the time, and sometimes the coin's provenance or whether it's been certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. So, what makes the 195 3D wheat penny special? Aside from being a piece of history featuring one of America's most beloved presidents, it's part of the final years of the wheat penny series, which ended in 1958+. Pennies like this are a great entry point for new collectors because they're affordable, widely available, and packed with historical significance. If you're planning to buy, always look for the best possible condition your budget allows, and avoid cleaning the penny yourself, as this can drastically reduce its value. If you think your coin might be in exceptional condition, consider getting it professionally graded. For sellers, be honest about the coin's condition and look around to price it competitively. Even though these pennies aren't extremely rare, the right buyer might pay a premium for a well-preserved piece. So, there you have it. The 195 3D Abraham Lincoln wheat penny in fine condition holds modest but genuine value for collectors today, ranging roughly from $190 to a couple of dollars depending on condition. It's a fascinating piece of history that's both affordable and collectible. Lincoln wheat penny, minted in Denver, and explore its worth in today's market. Minted during the final years of World War II, the 195D Lincoln wheat penny carries a rich historical backdrop. The Denver Mint produced over 266 million of these coins in 1945, making them relatively common. However, their value isn't solely determined by rarity. Condition plays a pivotal role in a coin's value. A fine grade indicates moderate wear, with details still discernible, such as Lincoln's features and the wheat stalks on the reverse. In this state, a 195D penny is typically valued between $190, while the 195D Lincoln wheat penny is not among the rarest. Certain factors can elevate its value. Coins with unique errors or those in pristine condition have been known to sell for several $100s at auctions. Collectors often seek coins with minimal toning and well-defined features. A coin's appeal can be significantly enhanced by its color and the sharpness of its design elements. While the 195D may not be the rarest in the series, its historical significance and the nuances of its condition make it a valuable addition to any collection. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, understanding the value of coins like the 195D Lincoln wheat penny enriches the appreciation of America's monetary history. Next up, the 1957 penny without a mint mark. And not just any coin, we're focusing on the ones in very fine condition and what their value is in today's market. If you've ever wondered how much that little copper piece in your pocket is worth, this video is for you. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln wheat penny was first introduced in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it quickly became one of the most beloved and collected coins in the United States. The reverse side features two stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity, which earned the nickname wheat penny. The 1957 penny was minted during a period of economic stability post-World War II. Interestingly, coins minted in Philadelphia that year carried no mint mark, unlike those from Denver D or San Francisco S, because the Philadelphia Mint produced the majority of coins. The no mint mark 1957 penny is actually the most common Lincoln wheat penny for that year. Now, when we talk about coin value, condition is everything. Coin collectors and dealers use grading to determine the state of a coin, from poor, good, fine, very fine, all the way up to mint state. Today, our focus is on coins graded as very fine, which means the coin shows moderate wear, but all -1 design features are clear and distinct. On a very fine Lincoln wheat penny, Lincoln's cheekbones, jawline, and hair strands will be visible, although softened from circulation for the 1957 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny in very fine condition. What's its value today? Because this penny is quite common, its value isn't astronomical, but it's still a favorite among collectors as of 2025. The market price for a 1957 no mint mark penny in very fine condition generally ranges from $150.00. This value can vary, depending on where you sell it, a local coin shop, online auction, or coin show. While this might not sound like much, remember that coins in higher grades like extremely fine or mint state can fetch higher premiums. The 1957 no mint mark penny is widely available, so it's more about condition and collector demand. However, coins without any post-mint damage or corrosion tend to perform better in the market. So, if you happen to have a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in very fine condition, it's a nice find and a solid addition to your collection. While it might not make you rich overnight, pennies like these are great teaching tools for new collectors and offer a tangible link to America's past. Quick tip: always store your pennies properly to avoid damage. Keep them in acid-free holders. Avoid touching the coin surface with your fingers and store them in a cool, dry place. That wraps up our deep dive into the 1957 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in very fine condition. Got one in your collection? Next up, the Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, specifically the 1950 penny without a mint mark. What makes this coin special? How much is it worth in today's market? And why should collectors keep an eye out for it? Stay tuned because we're about to uncover all that and more. Before we jump into the value, let's take a quick look at what the 1950 wheat penny actually is. Officially known as the Lincoln cent, this coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design created by Victor David Brenner back in 1909, which commemorated Lincoln's 100th birthday. The reverse side, which is where the coin earned its nickname, features two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. This reverse design was used from 1909 to 1958, hence the nickname wheat penny. Now, our focus today is on the 1950 penny without a mint mark. That means it was minted in Philadelphia, as Philadelphia coins during this era didn't carry a mint mark. Other mint locations like Denver or San Francisco would have D or S mint marks respectively. The 1950 wheat penny is often overlooked because it's a more common date compared to rare errors or earlier wheat pennies. However, it still holds significance for a few reasons. Post-war era coin. This penny was minted during the time when America was transitioning into the prosperous 1950s, making it a symbol of that era. Condition: rarity. Most circulated pennies from this year show heavy wear, so finding one in good condition or better is actually quite valuable to collectors. No mint mark variety. Philadelphia minted coins from this era are generally more common, but the demand for high-quality specimens pushes their value up. When we talk about coin condition, collectors use standardized grading terms. Good condition typically means the coin shows wear, but major design elements are still visible and clear. You can still make out Lincoln's profile and the wheat stalks on the reverse, though finer details may be worn down now. Let's talk dollars and cents, literally. In today's market, a 1950 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in good condition can typically sell for around $250.00. But why so low? Remember, these pennies were minted in the hundreds of millions. The 1950 Philadelphia Mint alone produced over 750 million pennies. So, while they're not extremely rare, collectors often seek higher grades. While the 1950 no mint mark penny itself isn't rare, keep an eye out for any mint errors. These might include double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws. Such error coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity. So to sum it up, the 1950 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark in good condition is a nice little piece of history, worth about $250.00 in average condition, but definitely worth holding on to if you find one in better shape. Whether you're a beginner collector or a seasoned pro, these pennies are a great way to connect with America's past. Next up, the 1952 Wheat penny without a mint mark, especially in extra fine condition. If you've ever wondered how much this coin is worth in today's market, stick around because we're breaking down everything you need to know. The Lincoln Wheat penny series was minted from 1909 to 1958, featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the classic wheat stalks on the reverse. Collectors prize these pennies not only for their historical significance, but also for the rarity and condition of certain key dates and mint marks. The 1950 penny is interesting because it was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia pennies from this year typically do not have a mint mark, making the no mint mark coin synonymous with the Philadelphia mint condition is king in coin collecting. Extra fine or XF condition means the coin shows only slight wear on the highest points, with most of the original details still crisp and clear. This is a significant factor because most circulated wheat pennies from the 1950s have moderate to heavy wear. The 1950 no mint mark wheat penny in extra fine condition is much rarer than you might expect, as most pennies from this era were used heavily. So, what's the current value of a 1950 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny in extra fine condition? As of 2025, collectors and dealers typically value these coins between $120, a modest premium over face value, but much higher than the mere pennies they're often worth in lower grades. Unlike other key dates or era coins in the Lincoln penny series, the 1950 no mint mark coin was produced in relatively large quantities, over 800 million. Examine the coin's details, like Lincoln's hair and beard, and the wheat stalks. In extra fine condition, you'll see slight wear, but clear detail. Next up, the Abraham Lincoln Wheat penny from 1953, specifically the one without a mint mark in extra fine condition. If you've ever wondered just how much this little copper coin is worth today, you're in the right place. The Lincoln Wheat penny is a beloved piece of American numismatic history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, these pennies feature the iconic portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse side shows the famous wheat ears, symbolizing prosperity, hence the nickname Wheat penny. Now, focusing on the 1953 Wheat penny without a mint mark. This coin was minted in Philadelphia, unlike coins from Denver or San Francisco, which carry a D or S mint mark respectively. Philadelphia pennies from that era often don't have any mint mark at all. This is important because it affects rarity and value, but what does extra fine mean? In coin grading, extra fine or XF means the coin shows light wear on the highest points, but still retains sharp details in the design. The wheat stalks and Lincoln's profile remain clear and well-defined. It's a highly desirable grade for collectors who want quality but might not be ready to pay for uncirculated coins. So, how much is a 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition worth today? Well, market prices fluctuate, but as of 2025, these coins typically sell for about $150 United States dollars each if they are genuinely extra fine. Well, that might not sound like a fortune. Consider this: wheat pennies are common, but finding one in XF or better condition is a bit rare, especially without any damage. Collectors looking for this coin will often pay a small premium because it's a classic piece that fits perfectly into any Lincoln cent collection. Prices can climb higher if the coin has exceptional eye appeal or shows minimal contact marks. If you happen to find a 1953 no mint mark wheat penny in extra fine condition, it's worth holding onto, or even better, adding to your collection. But what if you think you might have one, Here's a quick tip. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for the mint mark just to be sure. And remember, condition is king. Even a few scratches or heavy wear can drop its value significantly. To sum up, the 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition is a modest but important gem in the coin world. It's a beautiful piece of American history and, while not a millionaire's coin, it's worth a few dollars to the right collector. So keep an eye on your change. You never know when you might find a valuable wheat penny hiding in your pocket. Next up, the Abraham Lincoln Wheat penny. Specifically, we'll explore the 1937 wheat penny without a mint mark, in fine condition, and uncover its value in today's market. If you've ever wondered how much this historic penny is worth and what makes it special, you're in the right place. Hey everyone! If you're new here, I'm your name, and on this channel, we talk all things coins, rare finds, values, history, and tips for collectors. Today's star is the 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark, a coin that holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. The Lincoln Wheat penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, making it a true icon in American numismatics. The wheat ears on the reverse side earned it the nickname Wheat penny. The series ran until 1958, after which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. So, what makes the 1937 wheat penny without a mint mark special? First, let's clarify that the absence of a mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia, which was the main minting facility, and did not use a mint mark back then. When we talk about coin condition, grading is crucial. The 1937 penny comes in various conditions, but today we focus on the fine grade. In coin grading, fine condition means the coin shows moderate wear, with most details visible, but some flattening of the high points. The wheat stalks on the reverse may be worn, but still identifiable in fine condition. The coin's value rises significantly compared to lower grades like good or about good because it retains a decent amount of detail and high appeal for collectors. Now, let's talk value. As of 2025, a 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition typically sells for around $200 in the market. While it's not an extremely rare coin, its value can fluctuate depending on collector demand and market conditions. For collectors aiming higher, coins in better condition such as very fine, extremely fine, or mint state can command prices ranging from $100 or more, especially if they are uncirculated or have unique errors. However, in fine condition, it's more of a collectible everyday coin with modest value. If you're thinking about buying or selling a 1937 wheat penny without a mint mark, here are some tips. Always verify the coin's condition with a trusted grading service or experienced dealer. Check recent auction results for up-to-date pricing, and beware of cleaned or altered coins, as these can reduce value. So, to wrap it up, the 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition is a great coin for beginner collectors, rich in history, affordable, and widely available. Its value might not make you a millionaire overnight, but it's a solid piece of American coinage history and a valuable part of any collection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny, next up the 1947 Abraham Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark. But here's the twist. We're focusing on coins that are damaged or in less than perfect condition and exploring what they're really worth in today's market. The Lincoln Wheat penny, minted from 1909 to 1958, is a beloved classic among collectors. The 1947 penny, struck without a mint mark, means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. These pennies feature the iconic wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity. Although not rare compared to other Lincoln pennies, certain variations and conditions can make a coin surprisingly valuable. Now, the 1947 penny without a mint mark isn't extremely rare in pristine condition, but damaged examples, those with scratches, corrosion, or other wear, often raise questions. How much are they worth, really? Let's break it down. Examples of different damaged pennies: scratches, dents, discoloration, grading scales showing mint state, good, fair, poor conditions. Damage in coins generally lowers value, especially when compared to high-grade or mint state. Examples: damage can come from everyday circulation, improper storage, or even cleaning attempts that harm the surface. For 1947 pennies without mint marks, damage usually means a significant drop in value, but it doesn't mean the coin is worthless. In fact, even damaged coins can hold some collector or investor appeal, depending on the severity and type of damage. Coins graded poor or fair still have a market, especially if they're part of a complete collection or have some historical significance. So, what's the value of a damaged 1947 wheat penny without a mint mark in today's market? Generally, common Lincoln pennies from this era in heavily worn or damaged condition sell for about $300 each, mostly for their copper content and collector demand. However, once damage gets more severe, such as corrosion, deep scratches, or bending, the price can drop below face value because collectors prefer better preservation. But keep in mind, rare errors or unique features, even on damaged pennies, can spike prices dramatically. Always get your coin appraised by a professional you suspect it's more than just a common. Example: not sure if your penny's damage affects value? Here's what to look for: surface scratches, discoloration or toning, bent rims, corrosion spots, and cleaning marks. Light wear from circulation is expected, but damage like deep gouges or holes can ruin a coin's appeal. If you're a collector or seller, knowing the type and extent of damage helps set realistic expectations for value. And remember, don't attempt to clean your coins harshly. It often does more harm than good. If you're looking to sell a damaged 1947 Lincoln wheat penny, try online auction sites like eBay or specialized coin forums. Be honest about condition and include high-quality photos to attract the right buyers. Next up, the 1947 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. But here's the twist: we're focusing on coins that are damaged or in less than perfect condition and exploring what they're really worth in today's market. The Lincoln wheat penny, minted from 1909 to 1958, is a beloved classic among collectors. The 1947 penny, struck without a mint mark, means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. These pennies feature the iconic wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity. Although not rare compared to other Lincoln pennies, certain variations and conditions can make a coin surprisingly valuable. Now, the 1947 penny without a mint mark isn't extremely rare in pristine condition, but damaged examples, those with scratches, corrosion, or other wear, often raise questions. How much are they worth, really? Let's break it down. Examples of different damaged pennies: scratches, dents, discoloration, grading scales showing mint state, good, fair, poor conditions. Damage in coins generally lowers value, especially when compared to high-grade or mint state. Examples: damage can come from everyday circulation, improper storage, or even cleaning attempts that harm the surface. For 1947 pennies without mint marks, damage usually means a significant drop in value, but it doesn't mean the coin is worthless. In fact, even damaged coins can hold some collector or investor appeal, depending on the severity and type of damage. Coins graded poor or fair still have a market, especially if they're part of a complete collection or have some historical significance. So, what's the value of a damaged 1947 wheat penny without a mint mark in today's market? Generally, common Lincoln pennies from this era in heavily worn or damaged condition sell for about $300 each, mostly for their copper content and collector demand. However, once damage gets more severe, such as corrosion, deep scratches, or bending, the price can drop below face value because collectors prefer better preservation. But keep in mind, rare errors or unique features, even on damaged pennies, can spike prices dramatically. Always get your coin appraised by a professional you suspect it's more than just a common. Example: not sure if your penny's damage affects value? Here's what to look for: surface scratches, discoloration or toning, bent rims, corrosion spots, and cleaning marks. Light wear from circulation is expected, but damage like deep gouges or holes can ruin a coin's appeal if you're a collector or seller. Knowing the type and extent of damage helps set realistic expectations for value. And remember, don't attempt to clean your coins harshly. It often does more harm than good. If you're looking to sell a damaged 1947 Lincoln wheat penny, try online auction sites like eBay or specialized coin forums. Be honest about condition and include high-quality photos to attract the right buyers.